If you have some extra cash sitting in your bank account, or if you are thinking about starting your investment journey today, do not buy silver. Just don't. Why would you want to own an asset that is so incredibly affordable that practically anyone can buy a piece of it with their spare change? Seriously, if you want to look like a premium, high-class Wall Street investor, you should only look at gold. Who cares if a single gram of gold costs you a small fortune right now? Who cares if buying it leaves you with absolutely zero cash for the rest of the month? That's the dream, right? Today, we are going to expose the horrible truth about silver. We'll look at why its ridiculously low entry barrier and the fact that it serves as the ultimate wealth builder for people who can't afford gold are actually terrible things for your portfolio. If you hate practical financial steps and prefer waiting until you are a millionaire to start investing, this video is for you. Let's look at the data. Let's start with the absolute worst feature of silver. It is terribly, brutally accessible. Think about the psychological trauma here. Let's say you have $50 or $100 left over at the end of the month. You want to protect it from inflation. You want to buy gold because gold is the ultimate king of assets. But wait, you check the prices, and $100 doesn't even buy you a microscopic speck of a gram. The premium on fractional gold is so high it makes you cry. So what do? You do nothing. You leave that cash in your bank account, where inflation slowly eats it alive. Brilliant strategy. Now, what happens if you take that exact same $100 and buy silver? Disaster. You walk out of the store with real, heavy, physical precious metal. Who wants that? Instead of waiting months and months just to save enough money for a single gram of gold, silver allows you to build a real savings habit immediately. You can consistently dollar cost average every single week. But who wants to be a disciplined investor building wealth from scratch when you can just wait around until you magically have thousands of dollars to buy a massive gold bar? Silver's affordability is clearly a trap for people who actually want to start investing today instead of tomorrow. Now let's talk about another highly frustrating mathematical concept that makes silver a dangerous gateway drug for small investors: the gold to silver ratio. Look at the modern market. The ratio sits at a highly stretched level, often hovering around 80 to 1. This means it takes 80 ounces of silver to buy just one single ounce of gold. Gold is sitting comfortably on its majestic throne, valued at historic highs, while silver is historically ridiculously cheap in comparison. So why shouldn't you buy it? Because when gold becomes completely untouchable for the average citizen, where do you think all the retail investment money goes? It flows directly into silver. When the market realizes that silver is the only realistic precious metal left for the common man, the demand spikes and that 80 to 1 ratio shrinks. If you buy silver now, while it's heavily discounted compared to gold, you risk making a massive percentage profit when the ratio catches up. And as we all know, true investors hate making outsized percentage gains on cheap assets. It's much more prestigious to buy gold at the absolute top of the market and pray it goes up another 2%. If the affordability didn't scare you away, this next point surely will. Silver isn't just a shiny metal, it's an absolute industrial necessity. Gold is fantastic because it mostly just sits in central bank vaults looking pretty. It has very little industrial utility, and that's why central banks love it. It's pure monetary insurance. But silver is a double-edged sword. It is a precious metal, but it also has the highest electrical and thermal conductivity of any element on Earth. Every single solar panel, electric vehicle, and electronic device being manufactured right now literally consumes silver. Why is this a nightmare if you can't afford gold? Because it means that even if the monetary market gets quiet, the industrial world keeps a hard floor under silver's value. It is constantly being used, thrown away in tiny amounts, and depleted. By buying silver, you are accidentally backing your small savings with the entire global technology and green energy sector. How unpoetic. True financial purists only want to invest in things that are purely speculative, not things that literally keep the global power grid running. Let's look at a real-world crisis scenario. Inflation hits hard, or the banking system goes offline for a week. You need to buy groceries or gas, but you don't want to use your collapsing local currency. If you are a wealthy elite with a massive stash of gold, congratulations. But if you only manage to buy one single, expensive gold asset with all your savings, you are in trouble. What are you going to do? Hand the cashier a multi-thousand-dollar asset to buy $100 worth of supplies? How are they going to give you change? In paper monopoly money? If you had silver, you would be forced to deal with the absolute convenience of micro-liquidity. Because it represents smaller denominations of wealth, you can sell or trade exactly what you need when you need it. It is the ultimate blue-collar financial insurance. It perfectly fills the gap for the everyday investor, providing a safety net that is actually usable in daily life. Having a practical, bite-sized backup plan is just way too sensible. It takes away all the drama of a financial crisis. So there you have it. The truth is out. Silver is cheap enough for any everyday person to start accumulating today. It acts as the perfect alternative when gold prices leave you priced out, and it gives you practical, micro liquidity during an emergency. Clearly, it's a terrible asset that you should avoid at all costs if your goal is to let your uninvested cash rot in a savings account. But if you are one of those strange people who actually wants to start investing now, instead of waiting until you're rich, and you want a real precious metal that fits your monthly budget without forcing you to skip meals, then I suppose you can consider adding some silver to your portfolio. But hey, what do I know? I'm just a voice on the internet trying to save you from the tragedy of affordable financial security. What about you? Are you going to keep waiting until you can afford a mountain of gold? Or are you going to start building real wealth with silver today? Let me know in the comments below. I read every single one of them. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and give this video a like, unless you absolutely hate smart money moves. This is Financial Mindset. Stay sharp, stay sarcastic, and we'll see you in the next video.